tournament is usually held. I'm tempted to find the original adventure and see if that's actually the case, if they changed this place, because they would do that. They would do that. Although I probably would have seen a mention of that by now. Do I have Fist of the Butt Phoenix in here? Oh, I should. But I don't. Let me. Point is, you are now in town. If I recall correctly, you were given a polite guide who can help you get through the town. You've 7 days to impress your patrons and get a sweet deal.
Yeah.
I want to get a sponsorship on my car.
On your what?
A NASCAR joke. Ringo's apparently awake, so I had to make a car joke.
No, bingo. So bullied. Oh no, this is Pathfinder 1. I need to go to 2. I need to open. What again? I need to open the module. Here it is.
There we go. Him and I were planning on maybe going out to find a play in a couple months in Chicago.
Oh my god. Theater
But I miss
dorks.
doing cultural things.
The Grand Pavilion. So that's where they held it in the 1E module. Ain't that some shit?
Ain't that some?
Cause can I find Goka in here? What the fuck? Shenlong Island. Nice. Ooh. A noodle house. Ha!
I
Adorable.
love noodle houses.
Let's go get noodles.
There's a map for a noodle house in here. Which
Oh.
I guess the Ruby Phoenix tournament in 1E was a bit goofier. You know
we
what's
don't have like a bar fight in Noodle House.
Let's see. What level are the players expected to be though at the end? They start at 11th. Again, I'm still of the opinion that contextually speaking, 11th level makes sense within the context of how the 3.5 Pathfinder world is logarithmically constructed, but doesn't make as much sense in Pathfinder 2e where the numbers are all fucky wucky. To the point that, as I complained to Zyla about, they even include notes on how to not level up your party in this one.
Yeah, we did talk about that, and that was stupid.
That's a wait. So the adventure says don't do that.
There are 2 specific notes that I think are worth mentioning. The first is that the first and second book have a note which says characters should level up between chapters. Normally it just says it's for X level and blah blah blah. And the tournament chapter specifically has the character should be level 17 by the time something happens at the end of the tournament involving you winning. The party will likely have enough experience before then, but it's recommended to wait to level up until the Rubik's Phoenix tournament ends.
That's silly.
What's really silly is you can technically have the entire tournament in a single level, or not have it be as impactful, which is what 1E probably did. But that aside, you have a map, you have a guide, you have several destinations that are worth visiting. See around, see if you bump into some interesting people.
Go check out the wall. Let's go
The Lightbringers are gonna try to. The Lightkeepers are gonna try to attack us again, aren't they?
Surprisingly, no.
Oh, that's one blessing.
That's one
That was
cliche.
very rude of them.
That's one cliche they, for some reason, did not in fact follow up on. I don't know why.
Okay, so the Lightbringers aren't going to be Team Rocket. All right,
They
I'm
are
kind
gonna
of
Maester Seymour us.
I mean, they're probably busy with sabotaging you behind the scenes.
probably.
Give up.
What gets me is that this town map clearly indicates that whoever built these walls has no fucking clue what they're doing.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
It's
Like, it's broken, but like, it's also weird. Like,
I mean,
The only farms on this map are an itty bitty set of terraces to the north. Who the fuck feeds this town? Listen, if you ever make a town map, the first thing you should do is that the second you get outside of town, you just have farms, miles of farms. That's what it looks like.
That's how they would work.
the
But-
tiny terrace farm
I-
is so
aren't
fucking
these-
funny.
aren't these farms?
Yeah, those are rice paddies, presumably.
They just
That's
continue
it.
on
There's
in a
ju-
straight
I-
line for
I just-
millions of
I just don't know what to say to that.
I want some rice. I just pour a whole cup of rice in your cup. Just gets all up in your beer.
Just raw rice. They just dump raw rice into your cup.
Yeah, directly into your mug of beer.
They have like one of those scraps they have at bars. And they pour sugar out it next to the shoots rice.
Just the idea of a whole bunch of rice getting poured into a cup like that.
And someone's drinking it and then crunching them as they...
Oh god, the crunching is in my head now.
Thanks, Claire.
You know what would be frightening is if like you think you're getting like funnied or whatever because you're a foreigner, and then you turn around and hearing the like similar crunches of people doing like just normal, just having a normal time drinking and crunching the rice. We need to go. Why? These people are freaks. But yeah, let's head out.
You know, that might be fun to do after we're done with this, is to play the 1E module, just to see what it was like, comparatively.
Compare and contrast.
Why not, Claire? Whatever. What do you want to do today? You can also just say that you don't want to do anything for 7 days, which is, not the best idea, but hey.
Just like
Doing nothing
sit.
for a week doesn't sound like us.
Technically
No, it
speaking, you've
doesn't.
spent weeks doing nothing already since you were on a boat for, like, a month and a half.
Yeah, we're probably pretty bored of doing nothing.
Yeah, why not go like see some entertainment?
Not to mention the fact that there's also a couple of things where you're already cordially invited to,
Ooh.
including the required attention of your own exhibition match.
Nah, we're gonna skip that one. Make a statement.
Make a statement. we were tired of winning, so we decided to just give you guys this one.
We decided that there's only one thing that can beat us. Us.
Arse.
Let's go see some
Jesus.
geishas or like theater.
They probably have
We
like
already-
geisha.
We already did fight ourselves at that one fight.
There's also the
Technically.
Island of Endless Fortune.
Delightful little name, ain't it?
You know. Well, looking at the recommendations, I think I'm seeing some cool drakes.
Well, yeah, we
Yeah,
have
we
a
could ask
guide.
for a guide if there's for different ideas.
We
Well,
have
they've
a
already
guide.
given you different ideas.
Well, what do you guys think, friends?
I would like to go and see some cool drakes. Smile.
Yeah, Drakes.
Gosh.
I
Gosh,
have to
oh
say
gosh.
Smile. I can't do it.
No. If I recall correctly, Impression Theater. Wait. That's a part. Never mind, we'll get to that. Let's see. Where's the Ruby Village on this map again, anyway? It's in the Cliffside Court. So yeah, that's like right outside your door, really.
Oh,
You don't see much of
that's
town.
convenient.
You don't see much of town, but you do see the distant ocean. Because you do live in one of those fancy places that has an oceanside view. You're on a hill. There's nothing in your way. As the morning comes, so too.
Unfortunately, I'm sick of the ocean.
There's also other teams who head their own directions, following their own respective guides, although some travel unattended. I think the Arms of Balance are like locals. There's some teams that are local enough that they don't feel the need to have someone who can help them hold on to their manners. Oh, that's why I have this thing. Okay. I wonder why the map was so big. Turns out I was zoomed in all along. Alright. Soon enough you arrive at the delightful Icefang Eyrie. Oh, give me a moment. Exploring Goka, Icefang Eyrie. What gets me about these locations is that they're remarkably underwhelming in the book, which is a surprising amount of power to give me, the game's GM master.
The master of games, the GM.
So
That's you.
That'd be
that's the building. What this building is from the outside is it just looks like a massive hangar. But if you stand on one end, which faces the sea, there are these huge openings, which lead into a set of stables. Because, in case you forgot, drakes are large creatures. They are as big as horses mechanically, but they have more need for larger living space than horses do. Because,
The horses,
winged creatures.
yeah, they're wider than they are tall. Horses, like the cube, in terms of a cube.
If you turn them into a square hitbox.
Yeah, if like a horse is a rectangle, a drake is a cube.
Don't let the horses hear you. In case you
I'm here.
the building itself, by the way, is 10 floors tall. It is a massive pagoda, just towering into the skies. Your guide politely informs you that there's over 500 drakes in this tower.
That
That's
seems
a lot.
excessive.
That is a ridiculously high number.
Was that like
How do they
couldn't
feed all those boys?
I don't know, maybe with that massive itty bitty rice paddy to the north.
Yeah, look at all
Yeah.
that right.
what is that like a
Well,
freaking
as we all know, drakes are vegetarian and subsist entirely off rice.
oh god, are we gonna go up there and like emaciated drakes and like cubes?
I'm pretty sure that if you let these drakes roam the ocean, they would fish it dry before anyone else can. Ugh.
Probably.
I don't like it.
Like the meats.
You are politely inquired by there are attendants by the door who tell you that there are what would it be called? Hosts waiting for you at the 3rd floor.
Why specifically the 3rd floor? Couldn't they be down here? So we don't have to go upstairs?
They are like double height floors too, so it's more like the 6th. And for
okay.
you, it's more like the 12th.
Because
We're
we're
all
all small.
very small, please.
We are all really small. Oh man, we are not made for like people towns.
Alright,
Look,
give us
stairs
45
suck in the
minutes.
best of times.
Claire, have some mercy for Baby Brows, who is tiny, and thus to them, it's 24 floors.
Looks at baby brows. They look at me. I groan, pick baby brows up. They are very heavy, by the way. I don't know how. Well, I know
Because they
how.
ate the entire buffet last time, Claire.
Actually, yeah, Zal's got it. They're dense. Like,
They are a collapsed star.
They are condensed sassiness.
they weigh 20 kilograms.
And they bite your finger when you try to pick them up. Just let me pick. Ow! Let me pick. Ow!
Wait, that's not a lot.
You wanted
Yeah,
this.
200 kilograms, I mean.
It's 400 pounds. What the fuck?
With a series of
She
pulleys
exists
that
beyond weight.
go on the ground.
You slog your way up and find that the 1st floor are empty, except for roosting drakes. You know, the ones that keep the numbers up. You don't know how.
Yes.
Your guide can't, unfortunately, not even tell you whatever or not. What's it called? My brain can't think good. What was I gonna say? Your guide can't tell you how long it takes for how long the gestation periods take.
Oh, okay.
Who the fuck
New
is this
drakes.
token? Who is this? Mysterious. There's a token of unknown origin.
Spooky.
Like, is that what it's called, or just?
No, I was on a battle map and there was a one of those generic no face tokens, you know,
Oh, okay.
and didn't have a name or associated sheets. I was like, well, okay, cool, that exists.
Boundary.
The ghost.
Sometimes existing is all you need.
You are told, in fact, that the following individuals were waiting for you upstairs. Your hosts were, well, the 2 prankster dragons who only really signed up out of kicks. They're being called about in Big G, but also Lady Shai Shai. There's General Kazuhida and Michaela Tao, who for some reason I did not put down correctly, and now starts having adjectives attached to her name. Great. Once you reach the 3rd floor, again, these floors are drafty as all hell, but on the inside you can tell they have these huge garage-like doors that can be hinged downwards. But they're open, so it's hella drafty in here. Just a massive flute, this tower.
Of course.
This seems impractical.
Oh, great. When you arrive on the 3rd floor, you see, it's Winter's Roar, surrounded by 12 very angry-looking drakes.
Oh.
Oh no.
We have to help them.
Unlike the other floors, effort has been made to clear the normal tools, the tack, and everything off to the sides, creating a large open space where these goobers are surrounded.
Do they look like they're in danger?
I mean, they don't exactly look like they're in an official combative capacity, shall we say.
stable hands or anything around?
No. No.
Babe just waves. Hi guys. Bethany just waves. Hi guys.
I wanna point out, by the way, that I was confused multiple times by this goddamn description. Because apparently you can bribe a drake. I know that they have like -1 int. They're intelligent beings, but the concept that you can bribe an animal when they have handlers just seems weird to me.
Yeah, it's like you're bribing a freaking horse at this point. You just go up to a guy, the horse rider's right there, and I slip the horse a 20? Like,
I mean,
Don't you?
it is a common trope to like bribe the guard dog to go away.
yeah, but what if the handler's right there? Oh,
Unfortunately,
wait, Safi, that means he gets a circumstance bonus, right?
the what?
You bribe the Drake, but if the handler's there, that would give the Drake a circumstance bonus because you're trying to bribe while the handler's watching.
God damn it,
He's
Claire.
just sweating.
Gosh, I need to clear this map out a bit more. I couldn't find a good one for this, so you're gonna have to make do with what we got. Because when you show up, as you would imagine, the Winter's Roar turns to you and waves you over for a little bit of help. Spare an axe for some people in need. That's what you get. Before the drakes turn their attention to you as well,
Yeah.
and about half of the
non-mutually.
dozen peel off and start moving towards you, menacingly, wings high, teeth baring, little bit of ice dripping from their lips.
And this is why we shouldn't ever do anything.
Anyone
And
else?
this is why we don't go anywhere ever.
If anyone else, this is your fault, Winter's Roar.
Hubba.
Get ready to fight.
Hubba.
Hubba.
Sorry, I thought
Well.
like the Winter's Roar response was like become the dog of wisdom.
What the?
Also, are we at the battle map yet, or
I'll take
Okay,
you to
sorry.
there. First, I'm gonna let it preload because that usually helps alleviate some minor indigestion.
yeah? And no one likes indigestion. That sucks.
Yeah, that's just my life. Like every
God.
food.
Damn it, Claire. Why is your stamina 1?
What?
You should
Whoa!
be
What
healed.
the? Why am I hurt so bad?
You're tired from all those stairs.
Yeah,
Bingo.
apparently. Yeah, Arbith is now spotless. I mean, I am a spotted Yeen, so that's untrue.
They're
No.
all gone, all your spots.
You're spotted dork.
Polished clean.
Has anybody decided that Arbith is like a brown Yeen, which is like the smallest species of Yeen, or species of Yeen in the world? They're like the size of like tiny Chihuahua.
It's a neat
No.
map. I know it's not the one that fits it, but
Here you go.
Wow.
I love the sound when it rolls bajillion dice at once. Oh, I'm still on private GM roll. Don't need that. Won't need that anymore either. Bethany.
Yeah.
Technically, it's not combat yet, as in no one has actually thrown any blows yet. But you are being menacingly approached by several large-scale dragon-like creatures with their teeth bared. What do you do in this situation?
are there like gates for the drakes? Like, does it look like they were pens?
Like what?
Like, pens or
Well, yeah.
place with. Okay, and they're open.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna tap Sir Malefice, and we're gonna run up to out to one of the drakes. Yeah, we'll probably run up to one of the drakes. Also, the game's paused. Okay, so we're just gonna go here, I guess. And we're gonna grapple the drake.
Bethany has decided that peace is not an option.
No, I'm trying to grapple the drake with Sir Malefice.
That's how I'll put it on the official record, yes.
In court.
Give me that athletics.
Alright,
Grasp
well,
firmly.
I will grasp.
Oh man, that's a critical success.
Hell yeah.
Critical grasp.
Sir Meadowfist runs up to the Drake and lunges at him. The Drake rears back in surprise and finds that he's suddenly
And we're just
around
gonna,
the neck.
we're just gonna maintain the grip because I don't think I can move anymore.
You can't move out of reach now.
Unless I drag him. Wait, can I drag him after grab?
I think.
Dragon.
I think. Oh. Why must you do this to me? Why? I mean, I think technically not, but every single person in the goddamn world invents the house rule that yes, you can drag him for half speed per action.
Okay, fine. I can't do that yet because they'll barely move me anyway. So I'll just hold on to one and be like, "Hey, calm down. No."
Arbeth.
So are we killing these things, or are we just like?
No.
No, why?
Looks at my all my flasks. Wait, I think I might have something. So I'm just looking at my list of not kill.
You know, I decided to look at the encounter again, and there's something very distinctive that I noticed. What do you think these drakes don't have?
Guns.
Morale rules. Normally
Right,
encounters
so you
have
can't
like
just break this.
normally encounters they have like the you can trick them or you can bribe them, but no, it doesn't have the usual section that's like if X drakes die or if a drake falls unconscious or something like that. It's just they fight to the death, I guess.
Oh.
Which seems like significant property damage that would involve a hell of a lawsuit later.
Yeah, like I don't think we're allowed to kill these guys.
You can say self-defense, but that's still one hell of a lawsuit.
Yeah.
It's also a lot of property damage, yeah.
Okay, so like I'm gonna aim at this one, and I'm gonna throw an alchemist flask at it to kind of calm them down with
You know you're
The
going to crit on
fire.
this. No, you missed.
I actually rolled a 3. I am amazed. Wait, I missed with 30? Really?
I mean, we are level 15.
Well, the Drake is a little itty-bitty ouched, but otherwise seems to be completely unimpeded by that. What do you do, Claire? You still have like a whole bunch of actions left.
Oh, okay, well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna chuck another one. Like, calm down, boys. Because I don't... Should buy some non-killy recipe, shouldn't I?
I don't know,
Yeah,
should you?
maybe.
Yeah, maybe the solution to every problem isn't set it on fire. Baffling.
Huh. Doesn't have the persistent damage section on the weird. Well,
Yeah,
Claire,
I wanna hit all of them with a splash.
it is then that the intense amount of creatures start thundering down on top of you. What is their initiative? Why is it so high? Oh no, it's 22 too. They just rolled really good.
Yeah, all of them go, and then the rest of the party.
Sir Meadowfist must tightly cling to this creature for it struggles and squirms.
Also,
There,
of course,
right?
I went last. When have I ever gone first?
Why
Yeah.
why do you always go last?
I don't know,
Like the fastest member.
Claire.
Because initiative is tied to perception, which is a wisdom skill.
Sir Meadowfist, watch
Oh.
out! A flailing tail strikes at him.
Ah.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. That's going to be great in like a moment. In addition, Okay, give me a DC 31 reflex save, the both of you, as he lobs a giant ball of ice at your feet.
Jeebus. Okay, well here. So remember this. Oh no.
Wow.
Bethany.
Thank God you're not heavily hit by cold.
Yeah, but Sir Metalfist practically freezes out and cracks over as he is affected by a delicious little thing known as thermal contraction.
How'd you fix the icing problem?
The dinosaurs.
I wonder if this encounter is real or not. But hey,
Yeah, I just.
I ask
Yeah,
myself that every day.
I was kind of feeling that for a second. Like, is this real?
so as they move towards you, you are assaulted by a continuous barrage of icy balls.
I am?
No, your friends are.
Yeah,
Lightning
'cause-
emoji.
I'm not throwing bombs at them.
So that's 4 icy balls for all the fine fellows down there.
Oh,
Each
that's
of
a
which is
lot.
big enough to hit all of you. So you all get to make me 4 DC 31 saves, and I get to roll damage 4 times.
Is this encounter real?
Yes.
Yay, I get multi-attacked before I can do
We
anything.
all do. What are you talking?
Yeah, but at least you got to move and you just stood here.
Did you see my move? All right, so I'm gonna.
Alright, fair enough.
It's amazing,
Well, I
isn't it?
literally can't crit fail, so. What?
Well, you're getting a lot of hero points, that's what. Just grinding those out nice and early.
Oh, we have to. Yeah, we have to roll this 4 times. That's-
I'm actually using the hero point from this session on one of those.
Come
So I
on.
only have one that counts as a failure.
Fine. Has everyone rolled their 4s?
I had to roll it 3 more times or 2 more times.
That was 4, yeah.
Gosh,
And-
Arbeth with that crit.
Okay.
Arbeth with that fail. Okay, I can't remember all your successes for you, but you can. You're required to like remember 3 numbers basically. First, second, third, fourth. Apply damage as according.
It was 29, was it, the DC, or 31?
31.
31, okay.
Okay. So
Claire actually got a crit success in one of them, just like that.
can I just like deflect the attack at that point?
I mean, you have evasion. You get a success anytime you get a crit. A crit success whenever you get a success. Idiot.
Oh yeah.
Wait, that's what happened. The game didn't save my other. I had taken 2 of the rings. I think I had one of them that was frost.
Okay, so I take the damage of the last one.
Alright, I have the frost thing. I forgot about that. So,
Oh wait, you took the frost one. Okay.
no, I think I bought one separately.
Okay, yeah, because I thought I took the frost one, so I take 26 now.
They march towards you. One of them, however, is distracted by Sir Metalfist. What the fuck is this? Oh, that's hilarious. But not applicable right now. Ooh, knockdown. I like knockdown. Tail strike at Sir Metalfist. Miss. Let's give it one more go for
Good.
the crowd. Miss. Kuchan.
Wait, it's my turn? I get a turn? Yay.
Yee.
Not dead
Okay.
yet.
Let's have a look. It's been a little bit since I played Good Gen.
He stabs things and does flips.
Yeah, but I'm not
Yeah.
trying to stab these things.
I'm going to. They launched a missile silo at me. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we did kind of start it.
Technically, you did.
I mean, they were coming at us.
It's coming right at us. Bam! So I'm gonna step aside first. And I'm going to try to use my excellent diplomacy abilities, since handle animal is no longer a specific skill.
It's nature.
Ah, shit.
You know, dealing with nature and
Also-
natural things.
Nature only really works if you're, dealing with animals, which these things are intelligent enough to speak.
Yeah, so I was
We
going
got-
to talk to them.
Wait, they
Oh, yeah.
can talk?
Yeah, I'm going
Okay.
to try to talk this one down since apparently it can speak. I'm assuming it speaks common or draconic.
Well, it speaks Draconic, and it speaks the local Chinese language. Well, Chino-Jap-Korean.
I can speak to it in draconic.
They do not speak any of the other languages, including Vietnamese or Indian, because those aren't Asian, Asian, according to the Oriental book.
Not
So
Asian
yeah,
enough.
The Book of
I'm going
Orientalism.
to try to use my skills to talk it down and calm this one the heck out.
Now, give me some
Instead of
diplomacy if you're gonna be a fancy pants.
Nat 20.
That's as fancy pants get.
Gosh darn it. Well, all right then, Bea.
Kushan
Back
gives
to-
him the baby eyes.
Bea, what do you do?
Well, I was gonna try and figure out why they're so pissed off in the first place. Like, you know, naturing it up, but apparently they're too smart for that. But
Unfortunately, just offering them some treats doesn't seem to help.
I'm not the best at, like,
Do you want a tweet, little guy?
do I want a little baby
I have
tweet?
3 degrees.
The little baby brows bite your finger.
Okay, baby brows
Oh,
can have one
bro.
treat. Can't say no to baby brows.
You
Delightful.
literally cannot.
But yeah, can I, without negotiating with them, try to intuit what exactly would have pissed them off? Since this whole situation seems kind of strange to be in a, like, facility.
Perception
like
would be
this.
appropriate for that, I'd say.
Okay.
Do some percepting.
Because you're basically trying to you're trying to listen past the conversation, because the guys in the back are having a fight, but they're also having a bit of a conversation. It's hard to listen in when you're getting buffeted with several ice balls and large footsteps are pounding on the ground.
Yeah, it's pretty noisy here already. But yeah, in that case, I'm just gonna try and, I don't know, like, corral them a little more. But just kind of, I guess using slow would probably, like, help dissuade things without injuring them. At least give other people more time to not be dead.
Certainly might help. Maybe.
It's worth a shot. They've probably got really
Being
good
not dead
fortitude.
is good.
Or
It's a good
strength,
plan.
but it's worth a shot.
Excellent. Now, normally in 3.5, I just tell you that people can use attacks of opportunity, but in this game, it's a guessing game, and this thing has a tail attack that has reach.
Fair enough.
Whoosh.
I tank it.
Abracadabra, abracazoo. Everyone is slower, and now so are you. Heighten +3. Okay, that's what it needs to be. They need to roll 4. 10 creatures. Okay, that's good. Let's see. The DC was 35. Oh, yeah, it tells me how much they succeeded by. Cool.
Yeah, that's neat.
Slowed one, slowed one. Excellent. You know what? We'll just call it that. You start slinging spells. These things are angry, and they're definitely ready to throw some hands. But when people start throwing spells, and like some of them are straight up slowed 2, and one of them is tied up in a headlock, and one of them is on fire, which I forgot. These things have fire weakness, so it took like an extra 15 from that firebomb.
Jesus.
And one of them's having a conversation with me.
Yes.
What?
Like,
Oh, and me, I'm like, diplomacy is not an option with animals.
None of you guys
Yeah.
were.
Claire, yeah, let me.
I was trying to wrangle the creature.
Claire, you can do this thing called softening them up, and then ceasing attacks when they're softened up.
Exactly, that's what I'm doing.
yeah, I was just trying to, calm the situation down enough that someone else more, like, negotiation-based could deal with things.
I was trying to be more negotiation based and deal with
Yeah.
it.
So while
exactly, that like.
so so while you made a big show of yourself and got these drakes to back off. Wait, I'm gonna. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, when once only just 2 drakes remain. Wait, that. Oh gosh. And then. So you're not gonna like this part. So in the background, the what are the? God damn, why do I keep losing their name in my brain?
Winter's roar.
Winter's Roar are going hand over heel with this whole situation. Whoop, whoa! Whereas the drakes you're dealing try to explain what's been going on. Kuchen in specific will get the information, whereas, one of you still wrestling them.
For the hell of it.
Why is the... Wait a minute. According to this, the exit is to the north, which makes no sense because that's facing the hill's incline. Good job, Pathfinder. Architecture was never your strong suit. When Winter's Roar is I don't know what, I guess they're not in a great mess because I think they have like frost resistance, so they take a lot less damage from every attack. Since they come from the cold north. They're Ruskis. Or Finnish, who knows? They're from somewhere up north and they can take the chills. Might have been Inuit. I mean, I guess that's really what they're going for, the lands of the Lenormans. I don't know. Probably has an equivalent somewhere. It is then that you hear that, the clap.
Yeah, the clap.
The clap of 3 people coming down the stairs. Of an order being given. The drakes stand down. Well, the remaining drakes that haven't already been subdued come down.
Good Memphis, let's go. As soon as they calm down.
Oh, this feels fucking hilarious. So, I just want to know what kind of power these people have that they can get several drakes to kill themselves over nothing. This tournament has a way more influence than it should.
Yeah, that's
Because I imagine a drake is not something you just replace on a dime.
Well, yeah, they probably take a long time to raise and a lot of food.
Well, as delightful as all of that was, the 5 individuals you said were meet, appear from the shadows and from the stairs. And it appears as if they've been shrouded in illusionary magic and have been observing this whole situation for a while. They politely inform you that this whole situation was a test just to get a bit of a glance as to how you would handle a more obtuse situation, although they didn't expect you to show up while Winter's Roar was still dealing with their pile of gubbins. But that's alright. You have demonstrated a willingness to handle situations with a more diplomatic and sensitive eye, whereas Winter's Roar went straight for the axes. But hey,
I mean,
that's the
one
thing.
of us did.
As mentioned,
Hey,
the
you were
drakes...
trying to help.
As mentioned, the drakes did explain to Kuchen that the reason they got so pissed off is because Winter's Roar just did not stop asking questions about Lenorms, without offering any proper form of compensation for this additional effort.
like a rabbit.
Just like, hey, how do we fight a worm? You want to teach me how to fight a worm?
Got any secret inside tips about worms?
You come from a cold place, I come from a cold place, and I want to fight worms in a cold place. You must know about the worms in the cold place. Typecasting.
We are sorry about them. I'm gonna tell them, but please don't eat my friends.
It'd be very shameful if the first team you were supposed to fight in the tournament's dead before you get there.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Thanks, Claire.
Easily happen with 12 of these guys going at him.
Look, I was about to handle it diplomatically by crafting, a very heavy dose of,
Death.
Flesh
No,
melting poison.
it's not flesh melting, it's flesh malleolating.
What is wrong with you, Claire? Anyway, you are left with these fine patrons around. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh my god!
You're big.
You are left with these fine patrons. And you are left with an influence round. In case you forgot how it works, I wrote it all down, and you should know by now.
Yeah, but it's also
Yeah.
the first time we've done it, so now we gotta go find it.
The Winter's Roar will also begin rubbing some elbows, as it were.
Okay.
As mentioned, the individual prisons are Lady Jajai, the patron of the arts. There's General Kasuhira, mercenary mangler. We also have Michaela Tao, who I think is the fancy magic lady. And we have the two big dragons, who are mostly here for quips and jokes.
Got the comedy.
They don't seem to be particularly interested in your performance because it wasn't a crapshoot.
It was less of a shit show than they wanted to see.
Kujan is just gonna casually dust some frost off his shoulder as he walks everybody else.
So, because you probably forgot, there's a few things you can do. You can try to figure something out about them. Their weaknesses, their strengths, talking points. Set yourself up, as it were. You can also just attempt to schmooze them right away. Just like that.
Bethany's gonna try to discover some information about Lady Shai Shia.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Lady Shaja, the Lady of the Arts. The following skills may help with this. DC 30 art lore or theater lore, 33 for society, or 35 for perception. Perception is always an option, but it's always the highest one. So pick your poison.
Sadly, I'm cooking lore.
Society is higher than perception, so let's hit that society.
Give me some of that society. That's a success. You could ask me one
Yeah.
question on something you wish to learn about this person.
Good job, Ella.
Be it some basic information about influence skills,
Oh,
things they are known for bidding, resistances, weaknesses, background information, or some personality traits you might pick up on.
let's see some personal biases, I guess. Some what gets them going.
Well, as you have a delightful conversation with a lot of probing and leading questions, because that's basically influence rounds are like an hour long. So there's a whole bunch of leading questions you ask in between a very generic "how's the weather" style conversation. Lady Jai, God, I don't know what that is because that is not a standard pinging. So it's either, and I don't think that's very Japanese either.
It doesn't sound Japanese, actually.
Jai. Like I know that know that sh is if it's just an X, but I've never seen it with an H. The point is, she is a lady who has an appreciation for bards. She loves incapacitation effects, aka don't, which is weird, because isn't disintegrate an incapacitation effect?
Technically, I guess.
I think the idea is that she likes like maybe risky moves or something. Let me just look up disintegrate because I need to, because I know that
So,
dominate is in there.
technically, Shy is a name, but it's not Asian. It's like North African.
Oh my god, that's the best shit I've ever heard. Okay, disintegrate is not in fact an incapacitation effect. So I guess the idea is that she likes either big flashy moves or mental influences, which is what incapacitation usually comes down to. She likes people that use spells with emotion effects, auditory or visual. She just likes a good show, melodrama, appeal to the crowd. She's got that showmanship, let's say.
Okay.
John.
Arbeth, what do you want to
I
do?
don't do emotional attacks.
Arbeth,
do
who do you want to
emotional attacks.
look at or schmooze or?
Okay. What was? Okay, wait. I see their names. I was gonna say like, what's their names again? No, I can see it.
Bonk.
God, I'm not very diplomatic.
Wait,
And
some of them have other
Holy
skills than
shit.
just diplomacy,
Yes,
you
right?
can-
yes.
you
I
can
was about to
Yeah.
say that, Claire.
Gonna-
So who seems interesting to you? The General? The Pranksters? Malaika Tao? Theater Lady?
Who'd you call the mercenary mangler? That sounded interesting. to me,
General
actually.
Kasohida.
Yeah, General Kasohida. I wanna glean a bit more about what he's all about. I'm actually interested in that.
Your options are Goka or Warfare Lore, Athletics or Society.
Hey, I got trained in society.
Aren't you just a big boy?
My master's of crafting and medicine. I'm an expert in nature. Weird. Wait.
Yeah, you're going to be way better at the alchemy guy.
Oh wait, which one's the alchemy guy?
They're not here.
Oh. Darn.
Yeah.
Looks. Are you sure Quarrelsome Melikatau?
Oh, you can't actually use perception on Hida. How funny.
Oh, wait, why?
Don't know.
I guess he's hard to read.
It just says.
Probably
It-
like
It might.
Can
It
you
might.
read that guy?
Considering how dense the text is, it might actually be as simple as they didn't have the lines to write that extra one on top.
I'm gonna roll society.
probably explain it like they're very guarded and like don't show their emotions kind of thing.
That's actually a critical failure. I need to know if that does anything.
Of course.
Does,
I tried to actually socialize.
does critically failing your discovery make you look like a ponce?
Baby Browse embarrasses me, basically. I like the idea of like I try to approach him, Baby Browse gets in front of me and
But you
trips me
can't
up.
blame literally everything in the game 100% only on Baby Browse.
Yeah, Claire. At
He's
some
a
point.
he's
Literally everything you do is Baby Browse.
look.
Well, you know, I'm just buying a bit of ice cream, and because of Baby Browse, it's all molten now. Like,
It's his fault.
like,
I am not the
screw
fool.
you,
Are you not a
Claire.
character?
Baby Browse doesn't deserve this. Here we go. Okay, cool. I got some fun things for you. I'm supposed to give you incorrect information.
Oh my effing
But-
god.
I think that
Yeah.
Paizo can shove it up their ass about this critical failure. You get wrong information. Get out of here. Shoo, Paizo. This is garbage. No one needs this. You know, my players make enough mistakes without me telling them the wrong things.
It is true. We do a lot. We do that a lot.
So
That also is like really weirdly punishing for rolling poorly.
I mean,
But okay.
losing points is like one thing because you know you get 2 points if you get a critical success. But giving wrong information is just it works once and it's haha funny, but like no one feels good about it because it undermines their agency in a sense. It makes them feel like I could see where that is going. But come on, man, make it something the GM does for kicks and not something you built into the system. All right, well, Arbeth, good news for you. I don't do that, so nothing happens. Although you come off as a bit crass.
Yeah, the conversation basically doesn't go anywhere. I try to blame it on the
Come off as
hyena.
dummy.
Bea,
Oh, wait, I know it is. You try to talk about it. You try to have a nice conversation, but you keep only talking about Baby Browse, and they're really confused about it.
thanks, Claire.
I like to have a nice life, but they take that away from me.
All right, Bea. I put up my little punchy fist and I punch you. What you got? What you got?
Baby Bros, no, you were always the main character.
Sparkly eyes.
Tooth sparkle.
Bea, what do you do?
Well, I figure that yeah, impressing the general with like some kind of feat of strength or something
Ah.
probably be a smart option. Given
Give me an athletics roll. You find that he is in fact receptive to showing off those guns. The DC is 36.
And Bay is an armory.
I'm small, but I have big muscles. Oh
You're,
come on!
you're one off. Maybe throw one of those 4 hero points you have at it.
Yeah, probably a good idea. I'll just bump that up.
You gain some influence with General Kasohida. As you impress him with how small you may be, you are a loaded spring. Gosh, did I put notes anywhere about like increases in No, I didn't. But I thought I made like notes specifically about like how much you impressed people with things. But I guess that's like an end game thing. Anyway, you impressed General Hidan. Let me adjust his. Oh yeah, Abdu put them down. Cool. One for Hida. Where's he at now? Gosh, he just keeps going up. Oh, he'll be at 1. So he'll be making at least a bid. Look at those. Anchor arms!
Now I'm a jerk and everyone loves me.
So, as mentioned, General Kazuhida, DC 36 Athletics is an option. Ku-chan, what do you do?
I heard pranksters.
Those are the dragons.
That'd be the big boys.
I'm gonna talk to the dragons. One of them's called Big G. I love him.
Let's see. Success normally gives you an influence that has the lowest DC, skipping any skills you already know. Oh, I see. So you'll learn harder. Okay, that's cute. Which is exactly what I'm already doing. Alright. You try to ham it up with the guys. Are you trying to do discovery, or are you going to immediately go for the skills?
I'm gonna just go for the skills.
What skill do you throw at them?
So what ones would probably be receptive for things that are about trickery? Because I got like acrobatics. I could try to play around with some thievery.
Thievery would be like, unfortunately, because Pathfinder seems to think in class skill consolidation, even though I think the opposite should happen in games like this. But the thieving's, there's a blood vessel somewhere in my brain that bursts when I realize that they compressed every single thieving skill into thievery. Sleight of
That is
hand,
actually
picking
very
locks,
good.
disabling traps are very different skills, Paizo. Oh, like here's. Let me slam my hands on the table. The problem I have is that if you want to be an archetype, you have to take like usually 1 or 2 skills, and you're done. And I hate it. It makes me angry. It undermines whatever. Go play Power by the Apocalypse, kids. Anyway, thievery would probably work. At least that's what you imagine would work. Deception also, because deception's also kind of part of the whole trick and caboodle.
I'm an expert in deception.
Performances, since technically performance, despite originally being like the skill of many skills, also includes comedy.
I'm gonna do some performance. That is my legendary skill.
But these are just
Comedy.
theories you have.
I'm gonna try the performance because I'm playing it up.
Give him the ham.
The ham.
That's a lot of ham.
I'm a full-on deli.
You hit him up with those solid gags. It's not a critical success, but you do manage to impress them enough to get on their good sides. Over the
Also,
course,
we're vaguely related.
you are like
think
an
I-
ant compared to them.
Yeah,
That's
that
why I
was
said
one of them.
vaguely.
Pretty sure Big G is so big that if he puts his hand over your head, it's bigger than an umbrella.
Bet Big G has like all kinds of rings.
Would it?
and
Would it be?
rings
It's like
and
3
all
times
that
as big.
shit.
Yeah, that'd be like a small umbrella. Big G has one hell of a name, but he's a dragon. He gets to have one hell of a name.
He deserves that name.
He can call himself
Okay,
whatever he
anyone
likes. Who's
can-
gonna argue?
Anyway, to put it bluntly, your bids are getting upgraded as Big G is on board. Well, and Collywood. The
BG
two of
is
them,
Great.
the two of them are a duo of people making bids, because I don't need to have that many people, no, that many influencers to worry. Coming at you live on Raid Shadow Legend, fighting against the dragon. I'm stabbing one of those fake knives that collapse into themselves.
Greatest mobile RPG of all time, Raid Shadow Legends.
Yes. You know, this. If I actually had a sponsorship, this would be the best time to like go straight into that.
This
Oh.
critical hit brought to you by Squarespace.
As your delightful little conversation bestows you with powerful knowledge, so too do things eventually wind up as they have other places to be today. Well, since you did make quite a show of the whole situation, you are awarded 3 doses of dragon bile poison by the theater show lady. I don't know what the hell you're thinking, Paizo. That just seems like something that Hida might give out, or but not the theater lady. She doesn't like poison. Why is she giving it out?
Here, have some drugs.
Here, have some.
Doesn't want it.
Good job, kiddo.
Get
Have some
rid of it.
drugs.
please take this off my hands. I do not
I-
want it.
She does love incapacitation effects.
What the fuck just
Oh, that's a
happened?
good point.
Oh god, I just broke the Dragon Bile.
Oh,
No.
no.
Whenever I try to increase its amount by any amount, it goes, this number does not exist. I think-
You've broken numbers.
I think I think it's because it has charges. It's being goofy. Yeah, it has charges, so it's being all
Safi
goofy.
has invented the number 3.
I'm just gonna drag three of them into the inventory then. That'll work. Does this work for everything? Yep. Okay. The loot sheet is just broken.
No.
So you now have an indeterminate amount. Okay, there. Fixed it. Okay, so the buttons just don't work as they should.
I was almost scared.
yes.
Indeterminate amount of question marks.
There's some Dragon Bile for you. It does some nice poison damage, and it makes him sickened, which don't forget is fucking heavy.
It does have an onset of 1 minute though.
Yeah, but if you're a sneaky little bastard, you can put it on their chairs that they use before they go into the match.
Let it soak in through the
Arbeth.
butt.
Yes, Arbeth.
Well-
You can all sell them.
I like them.
Don't rub them on baby brows.
Nah.
I know that you blame them for everything, but it's,
Do
I
not
need to
let
Know your
baby brows
identity
rule.
is baby brows.
I need to take a moment to prepare Sir Metalcus because, oh my god.
resolve point restores him by half of his maximum.
Also, your identity is freaking rice, Kujan, so you can just silence thyself.
I'm gonna have to kill you.
I'm a scientist. What are you? A chef.
That carries half of our fights.
Out of here, Claire. By the way, I'm not keeping track of the stuff you get in terms of impressing people, so you need to take care of that yourself if you want to keep notes
I
on
wrote
what
down
people.
2 things.
Yeah, I've been taking notes.
There we go. Let's just write down General Hida. There. Running tally. Marvelous. Soon enough, you leave. Here, let's put a token on the map. Make things a bit easier on you. Dimensions 1 and 1. There you go. That's nice and manageable. Where do you want to go next? The day is going on, but you still have more than enough time to visit some other places and rub some other elbows.
Some more
Yeah.
hobnobbery.
Delightful, ain't it?
Well, we did the thing I wanted to do.
We kind of didn't really do much other than, stuff happened.
We
was
could go to
cool.
the casino. We could gamble a little.
I mean, gambling sounds fun enough.
Or we could go to Ruby Village to spy on
Well, what do you...
Honestly, gambling sounds okay to me.
Head on over to Dragon Isle, baby. As you are competitors, you are easily allowed onto the island, since you must be big rollers. Also, because you probably have like a giant bag that's just money. Clink, clink.
We kind of do.
Just dragging it behind us.
All right. If your bag weighs at least 2 bulk worth of coins, it's good. Look at those coins.
Let me inspect it.
7 bulk of gold. I mean, I would personally love a place that has coins entirely measured in their weight because they're so rich.
That Scrooge McDuck mold.
That's a nice heavy sack
Yeah,
you
we
got
just
there.
all the Monopoly Man.
As you're hanging out in the casino, where there's obviously a lot of things happening. There are people betting on a variety of things, including the profits and returns on certain ships. There are table games. Like roulette, you can play some card games, like, good old Blackjack. They have weirder, more esoteric games that you haven't heard of. Now, in case you wonder where Blackjack comes from, it probably comes from the Mana Waste, because that is the place where guns exist, so it's probably the place where cowboys are. Thus, it is the place where Blackjack exists.
Makes sense.
You cannot argue with... you cannot argue with
Nice.
me. In addition, this is also where they're placing all kinds of bets, including for the exhibition matches before the contest even begins. Would you like to take a look at that board and see about what the tournament bets look like?
Might as well.
Also need to know if a certain lady works here or not. If she's not also our audience by this point. Does she work? Okay, she works for the Golden Leech. She's probably associated. Okay, cool, gotcha. Don't worry, you're going to be rubbing elbows with someone else in a moment. Let's take a look at the tournament bracket. I mean, you've already seen the bracket. You already know what it looks like. However, the important information that you glean here is what the match betting looks like. Also, the tournament rules are pinned here. Grand Judge Hao Chin's orders must be followed, and her rulings are final. Contestants will not purposely attack Hao Chin or any of her emissaries. You are, for some reason, entirely allowed to attack the entire audience, which feels like a thing you should mention.
Yeah, I think you should mention that to the audience.
Yeah, wait,
The
what?
audience, you're in the splash zone. By
Conte-
splash zone, I mean stab zone.
Contestants shall not leave the boundaries of Goku till the end of the tournament. Once a round begins, they cannot accept aid from everyone who's not participating as a comment in that round. Anyone who yields or fails to act for the count of 3, which is 3 rounds, which is never going to fucking happen, is removed from the field and the battle as quickly as possible, and there's no one contestant of that match. I mean, this is like assuming the matches are mundane, but we're doing like cool energy shields and all that kind of stuff. Don't worry about it. Contestants shall not loot fallen opponents, which is different from last time. There are no ties. Hao Chin will decide who wins in any other case, which, as you might imagine, leads to some grumbling among the bettors. And these are high rollers. These are people who have a right to get angry. They made this money by being born. They deserve this.
Wow.
Some of these people, wholly incompetent. They just sound like the biggest idiots who are just spewing out fancy words like, I'm going to synergize my paradigms. But these people couldn't tie their own shoelaces. But they deserve that money because they were born.
Born into a
Wow,
family that
this
had
is
a
getting
hero
topical and real.
I mean, you live in medieval society. This entire society is about where you're born. Caste system. They can call it whatever they like, but caste systems are still around. You're not fooling the smart people. Point is, these are what you look like. You're the first in the seed, which means that betting on you is the worst idea in the world.
Yeah, I was gonna comment on. I would have put a bet on us if we weren't doing so good.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
payout on Winter's Roar. If Winter's Roar wins, you get like, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So how much does it increase by? Like double? Kind of like doubles. So that be seed difference is like 7. So this is like a 1 to 50 payout. If they win, every gold piece you put on them becomes 50 gold pieces. Oof.
Jesus.
Yeah, like the very low seed went undefeated. It's
You're flexing on these nerds.
It's called an upset.
You can also tell there's also like a half-filled in board that's like these are where everyone's going to end up, and it shows that you're going to have 2 fights against the Light Keepers, day 6 and day 8. Oh,
god damn it.
We just keep seeing those
I wanna-
arrows.
if you
I
want to
wanna
use
bet
that
on
Dragon
the
Ball,
upside.
maybe use it to get those fuckers out of the match.
This rate, I'm tempted to let Orbeth.
What does that mean? Like, why? Like, you just assume I'm going to poison someone
It's
at this
literally not assuming you've said it multiple times.
point. Out loud, or was I thinking out loud?
You said some of them are thinking out loud. Exquisite used me. I don't listen to your out loud private conversations with yourself.
Arbeth actually rubs her little like yin temples and looks really cute and just goes, "I'm thinking out loud again and again. I really need to stop that."
Anyways, since we're gambling,
I want to point out a few more things. First is the experience reward specifically mentions that you get your points even if you fail because they need to keep you up to code, and these are fights you might lose. But what I like is that even here it decides to repeat. By the way, don't level the party up until after the fight. Don't do it.
level us up mid-fight.
Yeah.
That's the best shit
Or
ever.
take a 10-minute break to go and update your character sheets.
And then you can keep fighting. It's like in like video games, or like Castlevania, like fighting the boss, and like a level up appears above your head as the game freezes short. Oh.
I kind of want bet on Tino's toughest.
Is there anything else specific you would like to do here?
I was gonna look for some like card games like play.
Ooh, that too.
There are plenty of card games to play, and in fact, I do in fact own some decks of cards. So if you want to, we can actually have like a little game and see what comes out.
I'm totally up for a little.
Okay, let me see if I can find the dang deck because it's buried under all kinds of... Okay, here we go. I think I found it. There you go. This is a nice deck that I bought. It's black and blue. It's not white. But what's more about it is it's waterproof cards. So I can play this underwater in case I ever have to. I didn't
Right,
shuffle
but
this deck yet,
You
so
never know.
give me a moment on that. Well, so we're gonna play. Just gonna. Oh God, these are plastic. Oh, shuffle feeling great. I need to call the professor about this. Professor, I need some sleeves for my standard 52 card deck. What would you recommend?
Can
Should
I
I
get a new one and drop mine?
should I use KMC extra tight inner sleeves for this one? My fucking 52 card deck.
Tolarian Community College professor just appears and recommends you a box.
I just happen to have this new Kickstarter going.
I'm funding that, by the way, too.
Oh, are you, Claire? Are you
It's a
flying?
good box.
Are you funding the academic? You fan butt. So
I am a fan. Yes.
I don't know a lot of card games, so we're just gonna do blackjack to just get this out of the way real fast. Anyone else joining in on this fine game?
I join in.
How high roller of a table are you going? Because there's like, you know, the small tables for people who just want to make a little gamble. And then there's the ones where you can make the money. You know, it goes one table's for selling people drinks and the other one is for actually making money.
I'd like to increase my platinum.
I mean, they probably have an exchange if you want to turn one currency into another.
Yeah.
But if you just want to go for... Okay, I think... I'm not good at shuffling because guess what? I don't handle cards all that often. And I never opened this deck, so I never pre-shuffled it. Like an idiot.
So wait, you're actually just holding like an actual deck of cards?
Yeah, Claire, what the fuck are you thinking? I'm not going to random.org when I bought several decks for a game I never got to play.
I mean, I respect it. As a card game professional.
Why did you think I mentioned it was waterproof? Do you think I put my fucking computer in a rubber sleeve or something?
No, I thought you were being a showman. I don't know.
Claire, you are hereby officially fired. Baby Brows and Sharkbait are now the main characters.
God dang it!
Hey, Sharkbait, how you doing?
Just like I always dreamed.
All right, Bella's jumping in. You going for the high roller table, kids?
Yeah, I'm going high rolling.
Bea, what do you do during all this?
I don't fully understand what gambling is, so I'm just gonna watch.
You watch as people, for some reason, they look at these cards. Some look at cards, some roll dice, and then someone goes, "Hey!" and he wins, or he goes, "Ah!" and then his money gets pulled away from him. It's really weird.
I'm actually kind of with Bia here. I have no clue what's going on.
I think in that case, the
dead.
thing you would like the most is like they have this really fancy roulette table. Because in case you forgot, we're in a magic world. So fuck it, here's some magic. It's a fancy roulette table with multiple stages. And anytime there's multiple balls in there too. And wherever it lands, there's like all this light show going on. It's one hell of a show, man.
I like that.
It's imagine if you take the flashiness of a slot machine and mix it with a roulette table.
And magic.
In the meantime, Bea and Lovely, you'll have an okay. So you're going for the high roller tables, huh?
Yeah.
Well, first,
7,500 gold, sure.
okay. Well, they're gonna make you one hell of an offer. Bidding is 100 each, which means you can bid in chips of 100 gold. So put down what you like. I should probably put this card away since I know what it is. So how much are you putting down?
For my first one, actually, I'm just gonna put 200.
Kuchan?
Match that.
200 and 200. Dealer's hand. Okay, I think dealer first one they play is upside down, right? And then they play.
Yeah, they keep one face down.
They have to play until they hit 16, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah, once they hit, it's 17.
Yeah, but when do they turn the first card over again?
At the end, if they because they have to play afterwards, I think.
So wait, they draw an upside down card.
Yeah, so what they do is they have one card face up, one card face down, and then they deal out to the other players. The players have to go through until they get to the end, and then the dealer plays himself.
Yeah, to see
Ah. Well, excuse me, in that case, the dealer has and a 6. But let's see what Kujan gets. Kujan, you are dealt, a nice jack and an ace. You have a blackjack. Let's see how that plays out.
Hell yeah.
Good old
that's
Bella, you also get dealt an ace and a 3, which means you have either, I think that aces are 10s or 1s, right? Highs or low? Oh, yeah, 11.
Yeah, so it's either 4 or 14.
What do you want to go do, Bella? I mean, Kuchen ain't drawn.
Yeah, I'm done.
I've got to hit on the 14.
You're also allowed to double down. I mean, you shouldn't stick on a
That's only
14.
fair. Huh?
What so? What you doing? Come on. Hey, Kucha, maybe you want to split that one. Could that do?
You can only
You
split,
usually can only split if it's
they're
the same cards.
Oh, I never knew that. Well, excuse me. I've never been to Las Vegas. Someone here has.
Yeah, you can split a few times, and Bella lived there.
All right,
You can
Bella.
split on the same cards, and you can only double down, but you can't draw another card after that next one.
Bella.
Yeah.
Drawing.
So I'm still at 14.
14, yes.
Alright, then I hit.
You hit. You get a 4. You now have an ace, a 3, and a 4.
18 or
That's
8.
18. I'm gonna stay at 18.
Bella's got 18.
No, wait,
Every-
that's
Also,
19.
Hmm?
Wait, no,
no,
it's
you were at
18.
14 when we started.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 18.
Yeah, so you're
So I'm
18
not
or
sad.
8. You could keep going, though. Because remember, if you get 5, you auto win.
That is true.
5-card run in poker, in Blackjack is an auto win.
Alright, oof. That's rough.
What's an auto win? A 5 what?
5-card run, yeah. If you get 5 cards without bust, it's a win.
Ooh. What you gonna do, Bella?
I'll hit. Let's see what it does.
It's a 6. A 6, a 3,
14.
and a 4. An ace.
It's
So you're 14.
14 again. Alright, then I'll hit again, I guess, since I have to.
Why is Bethany sweating so... Oh, you're bust. That's a queen.
Dang.
That's
Cool
200...
job. Why you do this to me?
Let's take a look. Ooh, the dealer goes, and the dealer has a queen and a 6.
So he has to hit.
He has to hit, and busts.
See? Eh,
Well, you make your money back at least. Because it's doubling. Alright, well, you can play one more round, then we'll just move on from here. There's other things happening here. Meanwhile, everyone else is like wondering why you're sweating so much over all this.
I guess I'm going to go with my 200 again.
Sir Meadowfist hopes that he becomes a real boy if he does this. Dealer plays, dealer draws. Ooh, oh wait, that's a joker. That doesn't get involved in this. Sorry. Nothing.
So, I just want to ask. I'm a smarty. Can I watch and understand the game and start counting cards?
Do you know what cards are in the deck?
No.
Then no.
no.
I mean, technically you've been watching other tables, and we're like compressing down a whole bunch of games. So, sure.
Also, I have a 16 intelligence.
I mean, technically there's gambling lore just for this one, but you can also just use perception in your atomic baby brain if you want to.
Man, I do have an atomic baby brain.
You know, I think engineering would help here, since engineering is a lot of math.
Where's my engineering skill?
All right,
Yeah, there it is.
Bella, you playing another game?
Yeah.
All right, Bella gets a 2 and a 7. Kujan gets an ace, ooh, and a 3.
Yeah, I'm in Bella's position from last game. You can run first, Bella.
Alright. I got 2 and a 7.
At any moment, Arbeth can say that they want to count cards, and what that'll do is I'll just tell you what the next card is.
I'll do it.
But that's only if someone wants Arbeth's help.
I'm a hit.
Bella hits, you hit a 4. That's a 2, a 7, and a 4. In case you want, that's 13.
I got a hit again.
Sweet. 2, 7, and 4. That's 13.
Yeah, 13.
13, you got a 9. Bust, Bella, bust. Kuchan, you're sitting at a nice, comfy 14 or 4.
Hit me.
Hit you. I won't hit you. That's a 10.
So I'm at 14.
Mhm.
Alright. Count those cards.
What? Okay. Arbeth is just watching.
There's
her
an 8.
brain
You're
activate.
pretty sure there's an ace coming.
I'll take it.
Uh,
Hit me.
Excellent. You now have 2 aces, a 3, and a 10.
I rolled a heckin' crit.
You got a bad feeling about that next card, Arbeth. I'll tell you that much.
I got a very bad feeling.
I'm at
I like
15, so I'll listen to Han Solo's Bad Feelings.
It's a brick card. It's like a blue eyes.
I'm gonna not listen to you anymore, but I'm gonna stand.
The dealer has an 8 and a 4 as he reveals his card and draws a jack.
Woo, I win.
In that case, you get your money back. You've earned nothing as a result of Bella's unfortunate plays.
We had fun though. Arba thinks
You
we
had fun. As you're having fun, you are approached by an individual who has that what's it called? Got that high roller vibe, that big shot.
Big shot.
Big shot.
Now is a chance to be a big shot. Is pretty much what she's here to offer you, as a group. She kind of gathers you up, sizes you up, and then you know, the person you're dealing with. Gosh, I'm going to show you her picture because I think it really helps establish what I mean when I say she's got that vibe.
Oh, she does got that vibe.
The vibe of someone who's got a nice business proposition for you in the back rooms. And when I say back rooms, I don't mean like a shady back room. I mean she takes you like to the VIP area. Elevated, wall of silence so you can have your conversations in peace. The most luxury food you've ever seen. And I mean like they offer you a meat dish and it's like a golden dragon shaped bit of meat. They got a gold leaf and everything. Listen, the people here were born, they deserve to have gold-plated food, which adds nothing to the taste. Is it even nice texture? Or would it just make your teeth go electric?
Honestly, it wouldn't make your teeth go electric because it's not conductive, but it would feel like it should.
God damn, Bethany, it's a chooky. As I said, it's like compressed over some time.
Yeah.
You know what? Just for kicks. Bea, can you just roll me a d20? Because I like to imagine that you've been sitting at the roulette table the whole time, and you've just been calling out all the wrong numbers. It's like by some stroke of magic, Bea is able to perfectly predict what isn't going to be the next number, and at some point people start betting against her, and they start winning.
No, what's better is she's able to perfectly predict the number after next. But everyone just assumes she's always wrong.
And then at the end, she probably goes like, anything but 0, and everyone bets on 0, and it turns out it wasn't something else anyway.
The ball split and landed on everything but 0.
So this tiny, smelly mud baby shows up and starts telling you how to bet.
As far as Bea's aware, she's won the game. She doesn't really know what
Everybody else lost, so she wins.
You got it right at the end. Anyway, in this fancy room with its nice silken pillows and delightful heat, the lady introduces herself, and you can't help but notice that while you thought they were pillars first, those are two buff-looking dudes flanking your little stall. This lady has some hell of a gusto, because despite this being the kind of place where the shoes and feet stay under the table, she just, bam, slams her feet on top of it.
Ooh, she's got tood.
She's got tood and somehow gets away with it in this establishment. So she's got to be important. The funny part is, does she even speak She speaks... Does anyone here speak Goblin?
I do.
Okay, that's still not going to help, so you're going to have to rely on your guide, who sits there awkwardly translating because she does not speak Common. Your guide informs you that the pin she's wearing on her shirt belongs to the Golden League, a famous crime syndicate. Whoa. Strong ties to the city of Goka. She might as well be Yakuza, really.
Oh.
We're here for like a day and people are asking us to join crime syndicates.
You're literally part of an incredibly, like the biggest event in town right now. What do you want? All right. She keeps the conversation light. She's just having some soccer. She's like, how are you feeling? How's the town been? Everyone treating you right? It's this is kind of slowly starts leaning into it. Competition surely is fierce. Quite exciting that it's a double elimination this year. Now that means that even if you lose in the first round, you're still in the running. So, might be easier that way for people like you, huh? Undefeated. I mean, if you're in the bruiser bracket from the get-go, you just have to beat up some second-rate losers until the very end. Not a bad deal, ain't it? And she takes probably one of the, what are they called again? Those little balls on sticks.
Kendama?
Yeah, Claire complained about them recently.
I complained about them?
In Monster Hunter. You had a comment on the fact.
A dango?
She takes a dango and just, in one swoop, eats all of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was talking about it in my stream.
Dongo. Okay, I
Yeah,
thought you meant, like,
Dongo.
toy.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise, you eat Dongo like a complete a-hole.
It would suck if we lost that next match. Yep, you're right.
So we won't.
Oh, I know as a matter of fact, but I want to know, have you been considering betting on anyone? You know, not yourself, of course. That'd be a crime, but...
I mean, if I were to bet, I like Tino's Tapas. They're nice guys.
We did meet them. They were pretty nice. I don't think they like us anymore, though.
I think I heard that they're in the underdog bracket. You know, they're gonna make it to the losers bracket finish, supposedly. I'd be surprised if they did.
Okay.
Now, it's quite a coincidence that you and I would have run into each other on this lovely old day. Because, how do I put this? I might have made a little bet on you. Losing, that is. Now, no offense. But,
The payout has to be huge.
oh, the payout's going to be one hell of a thing. Because I might be one kind of person who consolidates other individuals' bets. So I think that bet might have been a bit wrong because I heard you've been up to something already in town. But I was hoping I could maybe consolidate more than just money. Consolidate the odds, as it were.
That sounds like cheating.
Oh, it's not really cheating. It's just friendly conversation. What comes of it? What comes of it?
Oh my god.
I mean, we saw the seeds. That was a really bad bet you made.
Yeah, the odds are really not in your favor, honestly. I mean, the Lightbringer's cheating.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to be walking away with, one hell of a pouch of coin. But let me just sweeten the deal for you. You ain't walking away lightly. You're going to be walking away with what's it called? 20,000.
20,000 what?
Gold.
Well, we only came in here with like 7.
I like the idea that she's like trying to like, very smoothly, coolly discuss the betting scheme with us, and we just like only Kujan sort of gets it, and everyone else is just going to like, yeah, that's a really bad bet.
By the way, I know Noel.
Look at those little what are those even made of, the dango?
Dongo, which I've had a few times, it's actually quite nice. It's basically a very sweet rice flour and different flavorings mixed together.
Thanks, Claire.
And usually they're put into like honey or something similar to treacle.
Jesus.
And sort of caramelized around it. This.
Yeah. And I'm not going to get into the rant because I ranted about it on stream. I have like a massive issue with it being the main food in Rise. Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah, especially after World.
Well, it's the problem of they established that hunters eat big feasts to wield those big weapons. That's why they always eat those big feasts before a hunt. In Rise, it's like, let me go hunt a dragon. Better grab a snack.
There's not even that much protein in there. You need it for the muscles, man. The muscles.
Sweeties.
God damn it, are you going to get us a sugar crash 5 minutes into the fight?
Yeah, exactly. You get like 2 sticks of dango and then a cup of tea.
Two sticks? Like, at least give me the whole honey bottle, baby.
It's kind of weird. I don't know.
I can totally imagine Beef Burger head back, just emptying a whole jar of honey in their mouth. Thanks, Claire.
Now, there is the one element, though, Claire.
Yeah?
You probably do get more, but Japanese customs for meals is that you don't have the entire meal on the plate at one time.
Yeah, but what about the other games?
Those were significantly less based in like traditional Japanese culture.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. I'm just
like everyone's in kimono and you have like samurai looking bullshit everywhere.
Well, the lady has made her offer, and she kind of picks at her teeth, and, I could have some good information on the other teams for you. After all, if you lose, bracket's going to be all kinds of funny.
But we're going to win.
Yeah, but if you were to not win, that'd be very profitable for you.
But it's gonna be profitable if you win too.
And hey, you could win later too. Just have to beat up all those second-rate losers along the way.
I don't think I like this.
Do you even understand what I'm trying to put on the table here, or are you just that thick?
Kujan is just like
it
Kujan
sound-
has his head in one hand. Just he knows.
I think I might be that thick.
It sounds. I'm intelligent. It sounds like you want us to lose.
I'm not thick.
so
I'm
you
just
can get
stout.
money.
So, small out of character thing about the situation.
No.
We've made so much money. The whole
Winning.
yeah, just from winning, the whole trying to bribe us to take a fall, the profit from it, the even logical profit and the risk, wouldn't really make sense in character, honestly, at this point. Sorry, I'm not trying to metagame or anything, I'm just saying, like, situation-wise, it's like, why would we ever?
I don't know, Claire. I don't know.
Sorry.
So,
Bethany's lawful good. She's
anyway,
not
remember when I
okay.
complained about the fact that they show you a character that you would probably want to murder, and this is the person, and they don't even account for what happens if you murder them? It's great.
Wow.
This was the freebie.
This one only gets
Wait.
incapacitated. She has the dying rules and also super undying rules, so she can't die if she dies.
Wait, what?
Oh,
So
no,
she's like a
she's a
freaking...
fall.
No, I'm doing the thing where kids are like, no, I have super anti everything shield.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, her feet's still on the
She's
table.
fucking Gilgamesh.
She kind of wants to hear your counter offer.
What? What? I look at Kujan, who seems to grasp the situation a bit more. I'm speaking in Nolish, by the way. What counteroffer? I mean, she's not really offering anything. We're winning outright and making tons of money out of it.
Kujan is over. She wants us to lose on purpose and give us money.
But we're getting money. Arbeth is sort of grasping the situation, but she does not understand the absurdity of like losing to gain money when we're winning and gaining money.
Wait, Arbeth? I mean, Bea, what languages do you speak?
Common, Elven, TN, Gnomish, and Sylvan.
So,
Dang, I only speak common.
for context, normally a match pays out, I think, like 1,000. Does it ever go up? Do the match earnings ever go up? I wonder. Oh no, that's the prize at the end. We get a cool. In terms of, it does go up. It does go up in a variety of ways. Where is it? Prize. So 6,000. Oh man. Well, what she's giving you is still more than any single match pays out. But hey, she's made her offer. She's sitting there, waiting for you to come with an answer to that. How do you feel about that? Come on, at least let her in on your hearts.
Honestly, we're just kind of enjoying not losing. Losing hurts.
Plus, I don't care about the money. I care about the great prize at the end.
Well, you can still win that prize. It'd just be an extra 20,000 richer on top of that.
Can I use Discover to discover her weakness?
She is not a patron. She doesn't have any of that going on.
I thought she was.
She's
She
just
was
not land.
Her-
Made of flesh.
Her
can be
name is
killed.
Kashirai. Let me give it to you. Let me give it to you smooth and straight. Boop. Man, look at that non-dango meat.
Wow,
Grim
look at those
Fandango.
3 different languages used to make that name.
Fucking. You're in Oriental land. There is no concern for cultural sensitivities here.
Well, what if she? Well, actually, what if it's
Isn't
intentional?
Japanese or Chinese?
Well, she is.
Chinese,
Yep.
and Rai is Japanese.
Well, what if she's like supposed to be a mutt because she's like a crime lord?
Did
I
you
mean-
just call someone of mixed descent a fucking mutt?
Maybe that was the wrong term to use. I apologize.
Man, you did your wrong.
God
maybe,
Damn it, Claire.
Yeah, maybe that
Hey.
was like my old
Hey.
family and some art. Like,
How attached are you to your kneecaps, Claire?
Jesus.
okay, once I rebuke what I just.
I'm just gonna say hopefully you get lucky, but I don't think we can accept your weird, I think illegal proposition.
I ain't sure about that. Like I said, I could help you win the other match. I got some information. I got some connections. I can make it easier on you if you just throw the first one.
Okay, now she's not even being subtle. Okay, she was never being subtle. What am I saying?
She kind of, by the way, still in the. She's kind of bad at this. We're in like the best position.
Now, I don't think you fully understand. I happen to represent some very, as I said, powerful funds who would not be too happy if my business investment didn't go as they planned, and risk mitigation was entirely your free will and accord. One might say that such kind of actions would put you in a particularly bad spot when it comes to the disposition of certain individuals.
I mean, that really sounded like a bad decision on your end, not our end.
Okay, I like Bethany's thing here. It's like,
you see, you invested money before you secured the outcome.
I only found out what gambling was today. Even I know that's a bad idea.
Well, let me put it as polite as I can. You better make sure that your doors are locked at night. There's people in this town, other than myself, of course. I'm a perfectly straight businessman. Who might, what do they say? Poison, break some ankles, break some legs, to ensure certain desirable outcomes in certain matches and contests. And I can't protect you if you're not willing to take my help. So, accidents happen, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, that's a fair warning.
Thanks for the heads up.
Arbeth,
yeah?
How good are you at detecting poisons with all those alchemies you have?
Probably really good. Also, there's like a funny logic hole with this threat too. It's like, so who they paying to come break our legs? You know, the champions, undefeated champions. who they gonna pay to rough us up? Hey Kujian, weren't you on like camera impaling someone's heart literally out of their chest?
Through another man.
Someone's heart out of their chest.
So I'm going to remind you that because this is an adventure path, everyone is scaled to your level, and that's the explanation the adventure path provides.
The best of the best.
You're the best of the best, but Kashi Shirai could kick your asses by herself. That makes sense.
I was because she's like,
no, it doesn't.
She's
She's not protecting the tournament, but she's like powerful.
This is like
to put into context, she's like a creature enemy level 17, so she by herself is actually kind of a tough guy to fight on her own, and she's a monk in terms of skill. So yeah,
big strong dudes.
So this is like Oblivion, where like for some whatever reason everything scales with you.
There's a dude in full Daedric who wants 100 gold. Yes,
that's brain damaged. Okay.
Welcome to Paizo Adventure Paths. Like I said, their world is not compatible with the fucking system they're using.
I don't want to be mean about it. I just like that's really stupid. I'm sorry.
No, I think you're allowed to be mean about it.
Also, I think since we're talking in circles, Bethany's just gonna like tap Sir Melfis on the shoulder.
The lady is getting up at this point and leaving. She gave you the vague allusions to threats and then leaves, as you do in these conversations.
Yeah, I can't wait for like the level 5 bandit in like full demonic plate to come like say he's gonna break her ankles.
Okay, so we can't afford +3 major resilient armor at level 1, but these fucking bandits can?
Yeah, they really need that 100 gold, guys.
I got paid a full 50 pence just to break your ankles and teach you a lesson.
And you gave him a Vorpal longsword?
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're wielding a Vorpal longsword. What's that mean? They could buy a house.
A Vorpal void glass longsword.
He fucking cuts through dimensions, and he's like, "I'm gonna take you 5 copper."
Yeah, I'm just sorry to say, I'm having one of those like the Mook logic where the Mook opens the door and sees Batman investigating, and then he shuts it, and the guy's like, "Did you see anybody?" Nope.
Well,
this is the same.
She's not the Mook.
Well, yeah. Well, no, she's telling Mook, "Hey, so you know that guy, that group? Yeah, you know the one with the Kujian? Oh yeah, the hot stabber. I want you to go rough him up."
Yeah, he ain't got no chance.
It's like
He's like, what, 3 feet tall? I can take it.
actually no wait Safi, give me this one. I'll stop. It'll be interruptive. Does she have a good like a convincing check? What's the word? It's stuck in my head.
Deception, diplomacy.
Diplomacy. There we go. She diplomacies you to rough up Kujian.
She has good intimidation, but she doesn't look the kind of person who does this diplomatically.
That's the only way I can think this works. But anyway, go on.
God, I can't stand the fucking idea of a guy with like a sword that rends dimensions. This black hole blade and goes, I gotta give you 5 copper.
Yeah, this is exactly what it is. They see this. Remember, they see this televised too. Go rough up Kujian.
Like he wheels the sword over their head. It cuts through the ceiling just by touching it. He's like, ah.
I dropped my.
Or hell,
John, where did your sword go? I dropped it. It fell into the core of the planet.
That's really
They
dangerous
say it's
because
still cutting.
I need to tell you this, but the core of Galarian has like the end times guy in it.
Yeah.
He died. Fell
Cut his
into him.
arm
He
off.
is dead.
What's the guy's name again? Oh yeah, here we go. Astronomers on other planets have referred to Galarian as the Cage, in reference to his cosmic role of sealing up the mad god Rovagug, who lies bound at the world's core.
Captain Hungry Boy.
He is so hungry. He's also the reason there are earthquakes and volcanic activity, in case you want to know how fucking strong this guy is. I love him.
Don't
you
stab.
pick up a club. You're a Moog. You got told that, hey, these guys insulted you. Go rough them up. You meet Bia. You say you're gonna rough Bia up. Bia turns into an effing dragon.
Swallows you.
Oh, I got this one.
Like I'm just really
the
trying.
best one is one of them goes for Bethany. It's like, I got the doll. This one will be easy. And then they get punched by the robot.
Yeah, like, or I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest here, the doll pulls out a gun and shoots you. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick here, but on a flavor point, it's one of those NPC logic holes of why am I taking like 100 gold pieces
Claire,
to rough up the main
Claire,
character? Yes?
they're doing it because they need to give the players enough experience to level up.
Also,
That's
I'm
okay.
sure, they can find some powerful mooks.
Anyway, you're allowed to continue gambling if you want to, or you can move on with your lives.
We should go tell the cops about this.
Argus is, your guide is probably like, that went great.
Do you think so?
Well,
Do you think we handled that?
Well, Como always plays Argus like he's socially inept, so yes, he would probably like that one. Great.
I love them. I love her guide. I actually kind of forgot they were here.
They've been translating this whole conversation for you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to gamble. I don't really understand. It makes my head hurt. I don't understand why people do it.
Why does the ball make people cheer or jeer?
I already won.
Like, yeah, you already, be a one.
Okay, since we're in Oriental land, there's probably also a karaoke station. I just.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's go sing the hits.
Unfortunately,
Musical episode.
despite all the shit there is, I don't think there's all that many songs ever written for any Galarian setting stuff because written, aka music doesn't translate well. But there's the Goblin song, which
Always the Goblin song.
it's the only one they made.
Do we go do Noraebong? We're in an East Asian inspired area.
Yes. What do you want to do?
Noraebong, also known as getting drunk and doing karaoke in Korea.
You know what? Fair enough. However, you probably have to roll to not end up in a gutter somewhere.
I'm gonna say we don't get stupid drunk and sing after we just got the whole poisoning and rough us up threat. I mean, I actually think we could probably still just kill the ever-loving piss out of these people if they were, even if we were drunk. But
I'll kill them harder if we were drunk.
I mean,
Oh,
she
wait,
also left you with this fantastic plate of like a gold-plated dragon meal, so hey, that's cool.
I mean, Bay's probably already eaten half of it.
I'd assume Arbeth would have. Arbeth and Kujan together could have figured out if it was through their.
Bea, your fingers are so greasy.
Makes an entire mess.
There's like
Half
little,
the food, half the
No,
grind.
actually, Bea.
there's little gold flakes everywhere.
go ahead.
Purify food.
Actually, yeah. But do you know purify food?
You're a
No.
druid. That's a skill you learn.
That's a spell that you can get.
I swear to God, if you say no, that's just a natural thing I can do. I'm gonna slap you.
All right.
Oh,
All right. All
I
right.
mean, that's a tomorrow problem.
Gosh. I imagine that Colorado and everything are very upset that they can't fit inside here. Stupid medium-sized creatures in their medium-sized homes. Blast you, medium-sized door!
I mean, they're magic dragons. They could probably shrink themselves long enough to get through a door.
Let's see, I need to look up some patrons, because you might meet someone here. Who knows? I just need to look up which patron is most likely to show up in a fucking high-end establishment for gambling. Oh, well, that one doesn't even show up here. Whoops. Oh gosh. Exhilarating speed, but no for gambling. Gosh. Really? None of them like gambling. You make a whole deal about gambling, and none of them have like anything for gambling. Well, that's just dumb.
You put all like they put like 15 different systems and events for the gambling part, and it's like, but there's nothing that leads to it.
Yeah, it's just something to make money and possibly get into the whole take it there scenario.
What? Quite bookish. Ugh, whatever. Well then, you've spent sizable time here at the gambling house today, but you still have time to do one more thing if you want to before the day's up.
Yeah.
What would you like to do? Or would you like to find a particular patron, see if you can scope them down?
We can see if there's like a patron for like crafters, because I think there was one. For, like,
Crafters?
Yeah,
Probably
Lord-
the alchemy guy.
Yeah, Lord Eldaron was the alchemist.
yeah.
Excellent.
They were already pretty impressed with you in the last fight.
How do you intend to find someone who is described as an alchemy magnate?
Probably, if they live here, probably asking around, being like, hey, do you know about Lord, yeah,
Lord Alderon.
Alderaan? Do you know, Lord Alderaan?
If you swap two letters, it literally becomes Alderon.
You
Oh,
can
great,
find
he's
him
gonna
in
friggin'
Alderon Place.
explode.
Horrifying.
Lord Alderon Runma. Runma? What's Runma? Run my dick
I
off!
assume it
Oh,
might
got
be-
him! Alright. Asking around town will easily get you to find out where he is, because he's the kind of guy with his feet in the ground. He likes to go at every one of his stores, inspect them, and puff himself up about how he totally inherited this entire estate from his parents. Actually, I think this guy's like a self-made kind of guy. Let's see. How did he get here? I mean, you would probably figure this out along the way. Here we go. He is the byproduct of a passion-fueled merger? He's a person, not a company.
It could be both.
It could be
It's him. He's Mr. Microsoft.
It's Mr. Microsoft.
Could be two CEOs who got together, did a little tussle, and then had a
When two companies love each other very much.
And there was a wink wink nudge nudge merger. Wink wink.
Yeah, I think this guy is one of those people who inherited his old goddamn background. Like, Casso is one of those people with the sad backstory. But
wink, nudge, nudge.
this guy needs to constantly remind himself that he is, in fact, doing something that adds value to society instead of just siphoning off the labor of the proletariat. But that's enough Karl Marx for today. You track him down to... This guy's stores are the shit, one might say. You know that fancy-ass store in Twilight Princess?
Oh, the-
Yeah.
We have to get your shoe shine to even enter.
Oh man.
Oh no, Bea can't enter.
The whole time I'm outside, people are just trying to scrub anything off of me.
Bea, you have to take off your feet to enter this establishment.
They bring out the steel wall and just like break at Bea.
It's a full day job.
There's just a fire hose. And we don't understand. She's getting muddier. Oh. Lord Alderon. Oh, fuck it. Lord Aldenar Unmer. God, now I want to call him Runma. He's 2 letter swaps away from having the dumbest name ever.
Run, man.
Run man's proof. He is a short, stocky man. You've already seen him. He wears he wears a fucking golden cloak, and it's not like painted gold. Oh, his armor is tooled red. It's got all the imprints, gold trim. Ooh, ooh. He's one of those people who would look opulent even amidst ruins.
Oh.
He is having a discussion with the shopkeep and trying to sound like he knows how the store is ran.
Ah, yes.
Now you would know that all the things on those shelves, those are fucking great. The Malamart song is great, though. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, you wanted to have a chat with him? Yeah, you have his ear for at least a moment.
Yeah, let's see what's up. Get some influence going, being like smooth. Like, I heard you like making stuff.
He turns
Yeah.
around. Visitors. Have you come to see my delightful stores? Its revenue last year was $1 million.
Oh wow!
What's a...
I don't even know what a dollar is, but that sounds like a
It's just paper currency we use because we're in Oriental land.
What's a dollar? That must be rich people money.
yeah.
Script.
Either way, you are one of the teams, I presume.
Heck yeah, that's that's us.
He takes
Honestly, heck yeah.
he takes out of his back pocket a magnifying glass and holds it up against you. I must say you are smaller than you looked back at Bonmu.
Well,
Are we getting smaller?
our team name gives a clue on our size. We're
I
dangerous.
was a dinosaur for some of it.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is true. You were larger some of the although you're tracking dirt all over.
I can wait outside if you want.
So what exactly brings you to my store? Perhaps to buy some high-quality potions? They're probably better than yours, even, little budding alchemist. And he pats baby brows on that. He's looking at you, though, Arbeth, but patting baby brows.
Also, here's our Arbeth really quickly.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, just like. Why is he examining me? What did I do?
Well, he's saying, like, come to buy some real potions, little budding alchemist, is what he said.
Real potions. I make.
Talking.
Yeah,
I misunderstood.
What?
Right, I misunderstood. It's like real potions. I make real potions. What are you? What potions do you have greater than mine?
And,
Wait, did he just want and then
yes. Yes, he
Punch
did.
away.
John's here, but watching, by the way. He hasn't much to add.
You really think that you are even close to understanding the greater things that are possible if one tries? Ah, you're so endearing.
And I will become more endearing when I become one of the greatest alchemists around.
He grasps from the shelf a jar of what appears to be alchemist fire and sort of juggles in one hand. You will find that my reagents are the highest of quality, more potent than your cute little child's play.
What God, I have the secrets of Artoko's fire. I have alchemical fire secrets myself. Create very potent fires that can even burn underwater. Have you ever burnt water?
Yes, I have. In fact, I have
Okay.
breathed water.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
One of
I
my
need that gift
one of my faculties makes breathable water.
Oh, that's nifty.
Arbeth is actually looking at all you like, are you hearing this?
Breathable, combustible, and additionally electrical. What have you made?
she's like, well, I am self-taught and I've gained secret formulas to enhance the art. I just need to decipher the cliff notes. She
No. Poor thing, having some difficulties reading, is it? I guess you do look like the type to have some difficulty with that.
complicated.
Hey, Arbith is really smart. I've seen her make stuff.
Well, I assume you are here for shopping, so I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, I was also, here to see, what kind of influencer you were like. But
Anyway,
yeah, I like.
if you want to make some proper discovery and influence checks, discovery is crafting, Goka, merchant, society, or just perception. Oh.
I'd go for figuring out, what he's about, and then maybe Claire could follow up.
I mean, who has the best society check among us? Gujian?
I've got crafting.
Because I have a 22 in society.
I've got crafting. Legendary.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
Thanks, Claire.
look, I got thrown off. He called my like alchemist fire
Claire.
secrets.
You're also like a giant idiot because you also have crafting, Claire.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah,
You're an alchemist!
It's kind of what you do.
I guess that's why he's mocking you, is because you forgot that you could do this.
Yeah, I'm gonna discover it.
It's like having a fucking argument. And you're like, I'm very smart. And it's like, oh, are you? And then you're like, oh, wait, I forgot. I have like a PhD in engineering. Fuck.
It's like, wait, shit, am I smart?
Look, he got me flustered. I got thrown off.
Bethany, you can ask me 2 questions, and I will answer them.
Ooh, I got a crit.
You got a crit? Yes.
I'm sure we know what his bias is, so let's see what his lowest DC is, and possibly his weakness.
He is most sensitive to DC 33 crafting if you demonstrate an uncommon or rare chemical item. He's also susceptible to intimidation for some reason.
Huh.
Presumably because he's a bit more, tries to be tough, but pushes over quickly.
It crumples under pressure.
Yeah. So that's what you get.
Yeah, I just kind of.
Also, Arcana, I'd say, also makes sense since, magic stuff.
I mean, I have master in crafting, so I can I can show the things I have learned through the secrets that have stumbled into my lap.
Give me the goods, Claire. Can you make a DC 33? Oh, you can.
Wow, right on the money, Chet.
Good job. Now hold R until you feel the click.
I might use the hero point to make you reroll with advantage, because I want to see if you can crit.
What if I roll poorly?
Oh, it's with advantage. Oh wait, is it with advantage or is it just take the next roll?
It's like a whole fucking spreadsheet I got.
Yeah, like I'm trying to remember. I think it's with advantage.
Let's see.
Cause I know the
You can spend 1 hero point to re-roll the d20 and take the second result regardless of what it is.
okay. Eh. Well, you rolled a 7. What do you think?
I mean, look, I succeeded. It had to be a 33, so it was right in the money.
Anyone else want to chip in on this, or you're like, I don't think I can contribute to this particular conversation?
I mean, I could try, I guess.
I'd make things worse.
I'm trained in crafting and society.
Well, discovery has less risks than anything else.
Unless they let me use cooking lore.
Nope. Unfortunately, no one likes cooking.
Cry.
This entire city is British.
Nope.
Nope. Nothing new is learned. You don't get anywhere with the conversation because he seems too intent on talking about alchemy.
I mean, alchemy is amazing science. You know.
I mean, it's like half cooking. Sure.
Cooking, but you intend to throw it at someone.
I like the idea that you just sort of say that under your breath. Like it's like cooking.
It's like cooking, but
Wait,
for
what?
sick people.
Wasn't Arbeth going for an influence, or was it?
Yeah,
Trickery?
she rolled
Ah.
up there.
Yeah, I got a 33.
Rubbed him up real nice, impressing him with that alchemical knowledge.
Yeah, I show him my version of an alchemist fire. It looks simple or shabby, but it's actually powerful.
It's filled with raw sharkbait energy.
Yeah, potency.
Sharkbait's very existence adds +2 to that. Meanwhile, Bea's outside getting hosed down, I guess. I love how in this town you can tell that the way they made some of these buildings is they just grabbed an eraser brush and dragged it over.
Yeah, it's pretty clear in quite a few places where things are like just barely corners of things.
I wanna show you some. I know that it's been a while, but let's see. Where is it? Because I think Anniversary Edition. I also have the other one, right? Interactive maps. I think Magnamar's town map looks like way better. If I recall correctly, I might just be crack full of shit. In which case, I legally order you to laugh at me.
Ho ho.
Yeah, like look at Turtleback Ferry, looked neat, and yeah, the Magnamar town map looked way better. It had some diversity in color at the very least. Like every area felt like its own thing. But you know, they unionized because they were a massive machine that just churned out garbage. So now they get to slack off, as they should. If anything, it might actually help them work better. Because as we all know, capitalism is only concerned with the raw numbers, because humans are fallible, because managers don't want to pretend that people are people, and that prevents them from exploiting people to the fullest extent. It's so dumb. I don't get it. It's like so much petty power play over actually getting results. It's hilarious. And I love it when they go, by the way, here's the trick to getting your employees to work harder, and it's just, don't be a twat, and it's like, what?
What?
Why do you need to be reminded of this every few years? Like it's a fucking magic trick. It's just, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with these people?
Honestly, some of my favorite stupid things like that are whenever it's like 10 things not to say as a manager, and one of them is like, you screwed up or you're not good at this. It's like, so one of the things to be a good manager is just don't be a jerk.
Don't yell at them. You can't go to the wedding. You work for me, slave. And if you decide to quit, well, guess what? I own the rent to your house too.
Well, oh god, there was a freaking story about this after someone quitting because they weren't allowed to go to their college graduation.
Claire, you don't need college. You need to become a wage slave for the system so we can grind you into oblivion.
Oh, no, the story was great because it's on a website, Safi, called Ask a Manager.
Gosh, oh god.
So their former boss sent a letter in and asked. They said basically their best employee had just quit with no prior warning because they asked to go to their college graduation. They were told they couldn't do it, and they're like, "Yeah, this person came from a family, from they were an orphan, and they were passed around for foster homes for several years, and they managed to put themselves through college." And they've never really had a professional job, and I thought this was really unprofessional of them. How can I tell them not to do this again?
What was the answer?
The answer from the manager was, "What? No, don't do any of that."
Just like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, it basically said, "What the hell is wrong with you? You should call them and apologize." The last words were, "There is a lesson to be learned here, but it's definitely not theirs."
Da 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 da. Well, the good news is, Bea is still not clean, which I think is a benefit for them. It's late in the day, though. It's time to go home and have yourselves a snack.
Yeah.
And the next time, we'll do the second day. God, why is that ferret like that, Claire?
Sleepy.
He's so sleepy and so long. Don't know what it's about ferret fur, but it looks kind of gross, kind of dirty. Those little weird streaks and tips. But look at those little pubs.
Yeah, she just laying them out. Let you see
Show 'em the goods. I hope I can get duked by a ferret one day. Why'd they put
I
so
wish-
much detail into the Imperial, into the Grand Palace when we don't even get to see it up close?
But one day a ferret would rob me.
Would rob me?
That's what they
Yeah.
do.
Pulls a tiny knife.
Like, what are you gonna do when that happens? Nothing. You can't do anything.
I mean, the ferret already owns everything.
There's now.
Bite you in the ankle and hold on tight. And you're like, hey!
Take the TV. No.
Stop eating all my chicken grease. What is the deal with shark bait?
She's just good.
She's just like that, you know. She's just got that winning smile. Next time,
He's a total brat.
day 2 commences. Our heroes going around town having a fun time. Might go a bit faster. Who knows? Anything else I need to make particular note of? No, not really.
Also,
then-
we may or may not get jumped.
At some point, yes.
Probably.
Let's see. I recall. Oh. Oh boy, that was bad. Ooh.
You alright?
No, I'm good. Gosh. Well, I guess next time will be fun. How about you go to the Six Pillars Academy? Learn some fighting tricks. After all, the arms of battles are like that.
Tricks and or fighting.
It's great. Oh my goodness, what the fuck? Attempt to steal one of their items, just one. Because even Paizo knows that stealing shit isn't fun. Then why don't you just make it a break their legs scene, Paizo? Oh!
I need my legs.
What the heck?
Yo, bada bing! You didn't respect the boss for the very generous offer, so we're gonna have to rough you up a bit.
And then there's really weird sentences, like that she can provide information on very specific... so much fucking weird stuff going on here. I get what they're going for, but it's cute. Alright.
Like, yeah, well, I understood what that was going for, but the problem is because of everything before it and just like how the setup is, it at this point, unless the party has been having nothing but awful luck or whatever, I guess, it doesn't feel sensible at all.
Well,
It
if
makes
anything,
sense
if
I was a party.
Claire, if anything, because you are winning so much, you can accept a single loss and get a massive extra payday.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I just
Here's you being a
Glory.
response to those people.
Classic.
The master of stabs.
You've already been stabbed. Master of stabs.